This is Instructor Joy. Today we are going to work on this piece. So as you can see, there are a lot of double stops. One of the subscribers asked, how can one be in tune when you're playing double stops and shifting those stops? I think this violin is meaning specifically here. I believe this shifting probably has this violinist had in mind. In general, when you're playing double stop melodies, one has to first find out what is important note. Is the note above or below? In this case, I'm sorry. Now here. So the upper ones are important one, and the below one is just kind of filling harmonies. Which means one has to place the bow so that the melody, in this case the upper voice, speaks louder than the harmony. In this case it's a lower one. So you put the angle of your bow slightly more on E string, like this, so the E string speaks louder than A string, which has a melody. Yeah? If I do the other way, then you hear the harmony louder, which is uninteresting. So it's important for the violinist to find out first what is important one, so that you can tune the harmony to the melody. Number two, find the fingerings that works the easiest way. This piece is, by the way, Liebes Freud by Chrysler. It's mostly, a lot of violinists do that. And then they go to second finger, 2-4, and then 1-3, and then 2-4 again. This may feel like logical fingering to do, but in such a fast tempo, you have to squeeze your fingers so closely, and then that actually is hard to stay in a relaxed form. What I like to do is shifting with the one finger and slide it down like this. And instead of 2, I go to 1 and 1-3, and I slide down tiny bit because they're both half steps down. Slide tiny bit, 1 and 3 down, half step. And then now I put second and fourth finger right next to first and the third. So second finger beside the first, fourth beside the third. So I'm guaranteed in tune. So I only have to worry about one shifting. 1-3, and slide down, 1-3 again, and I go same way. Sorry, 1-3, 1-3, then, and then 1-2, and then 1-3 again. And then here 1-3 again, slide down, and then 2-4, 1-3 again, slide down, half step. Yeah. So this sliding 1-3 doesn't always work, but in this particular passage it works beautifully because the 1-3 always has to just go half step down exactly for both fingers. So it works beautifully. That way you have to worry about less things. And also find out what the guiding finger is when you shift, whether it's single melody or double stop. In this case, from here, so from second to 1, so this shifting, in order to practice, make sure your second finger, which is right before the shifting note, and the first finger is guiding note and the landing note at the same time, like that. So what I like to do is practice those guiding finger or the shifting finger in this case as well. I put those notes before I play the landing note, like this. And then, so you do that a couple of times. By doing that one, you're showing your left hand where to go before, instead of just waiting to rest and all of a sudden, then you're guaranteed, almost guaranteed to be out of tune. So you want to have your left hand be there where this shifting happens as quickly as possible. So you're practicing like this. Like that. So you do that one. So always practicing the guiding finger and the shifting finger in this case. And here there's another big shifting. You would do the same thing. So here the first finger is shifting and guiding finger. So you would do here, always pay attention to the higher note, which is the important one. So you would do this one slurred while vibrating all your left fingers, especially because it's double stop. Make sure when you find a note, first finger and third finger should vibrate equally and nicely and relaxed way. That way. And you would do those two parts separately. So again, the other one. Here. Like that. Again. Sorry. And then the other one. Again. On and on like that. So anytime when shifting happens, you can use that. Key here is always find the important notes so that you know how to make the harmony notes in tune to the important note. In this case was the upper note. And also find little hidden notes, guiding finger that will help you to shift and guarantee for you to be in tune. In this case was this one, adding extra note. That way your left hand learns to be there before it's time to play. Yeah. And sometimes you don't have pause like before, and just practice that shifting. When you do that, make sure it's slurred and vibrate all fingers like that. So let me see if I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, so it seems like that's all. Great. So I hope this was helpful. This Chrysler piece is a beautiful piece. It would be good for any violinist to have learned at some point. Thank you very much for watching, and please let me know how your practicing went, and please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Bye bye.